ABC 17 News investigates an astounding number of price gouging complaints filed by Missourians this year amid the COVID-19 pandemic.
Lucas, this is a story I've been following since March. And just to give you some context, the normal amount of price gouging complaints any given month last year ranged from 0 to 10 at the highest. Then when COVID-19 hit, that number soared to more than 800 in April. Now, in this ABC 17 Defenders investigation, I uncovered that out of all of those complaints, only a handful of subpoenas and lawsuits were filed. 2020 was a record-breaking year, to say the least, when it came to price gouging complaints. You can see it right here from this data I got from a records request. The year started off with single-digit complaints, then it skyrocketed. In March, people filed 776 complaints. April, they filed 853, and then in May, you can start to see the number drop off. I dug into some of those price gouging complaints. They ranged anywhere from milk prices to toilet paper and PPE.
When you see things like medical supplies like we saw, or PPE going up 5-10 times what they normally are, that's a big red flag for us.
Out of the thousands of price gouging complaints the office received this year amid the COVID-19 pandemic, I uncovered only a very small amount led to further action. 11 cease and desist letters were issued, 9 subpoenas were given, and 2 lawsuits were filed. When it came to the lawsuits, things like that, it was a very small number. So looking at it from a viewer's standpoint, why should they continue to file these complaints when maybe they're not getting punished like they want to see?
Some of these individually may not be a price gouging issue, but you also start to see a pattern in a practice. Even though they don't all end up in court, many of them are resolved other ways, right? Through cease and desist letters, those items being pulled back or the price being adjusted.
Schmidt says lawsuits are a longer process and aren't always the quickest way to get immediate answers to resolve the issue. Now, if they must go the route of filing a lawsuit, he says he's confident in Missouri's price gouging law. A large amount of price gouging complaints weren't just something Missouri was seeing. Across the country, it was a similar story. I dug into other states' laws when it comes to price gouging. I found that nearly 12 states across the U.S. have a certain percentage point that is considered price gouging, something that Missouri doesn't have. Do you have any challenges, I guess, when it comes to presenting something in court, for example, when it's price gouging?
Really, it's a question of proof, as a lot of these cases ultimately are. It's not a one-size-fits-all, and that's probably the biggest benefit for the statutory scheme we have right now.
Now, the 2 lawsuits that were filed by the AG are moving forward. In one of the lawsuits, televangelist Jim Bakker is accused of promoting a COVID-19 cure through a silver solution. And then in the other, a Branson business is accused of selling inflated mask prices.